Blood.
Children's medical insurance. Life assurance. Card protection.
Hey, my man.
And more, including telephone banking. New Barclays Editions. Free phone 0800 00 1011 for details of the current account that gives you all this and more.
With all these BT price cuts going on, there's never been a better time to come back, especially since BT are offering 25% off all UK calls during May, June and July to anyone who reconnects to BT before March the 16th. And reconnection costs just £9.99. Is that right, Bernie?
That's right, Rory.
Amazing. Call 0800 400 405. It's good to toll!
Rory? Rory?
Buy Independence Day on video.
Cover me! Fuel Action Almira. Now with 12 months free insurance.
Yeah, tell me about it.
If you're looking for outspoken, good, honest movie reviews, in-depth stories, all the latest Hollywood news as it happens, and the innermost secrets of all the big stars, then there's only one place to be on Mondays at 6 o'clock. Movie Watch on Channel 4.
Witness the powers of positive thinking.
Try again. Try quickly.
You're a winner, sir. Makes a change.
And welcome good fortune into your life.
He's been watching the test card since he was 6.
Hey! Last chance lottery.
Tonight at 9 on 4.
No one dogs 4.
So here we are back on 4, and as you can see, we've got ourselves a new slot, but we've also got more time, which means we're going to bring you more game action, brought to you by our raving mad roving reporters, that's Scoop Jackson and Dave Lewis. Well, I'll be here in HQ bringing you the news, the reviews, and the choicest of grooves for you. Also, Raw's back on a Monday night this time, though, but more about that later on, because I want to get on with the second birthday party. Hasn't somebody else got a bit of an anniversary on at the moment? So the question is, what would you buy with $120 million? Well, you could buy yourself an AWACS early warning aircraft, his nicest impression, or you could get yourself 5 Alan Shearers from Blackburn, give or take a couple of toes, or 3.5 million Buzz Lightyears, and no, we couldn't find any either. Or you could buy yourself a fella who's a rapper, an actor, and has been known to play a bit of ball.
To the right is Shaq. Shaq's got it. Slam dunk. The lob under the Shaq, forget it.
Shaquille O'Neal made the predicted move from Orlando to the LA Lakers for a gobsmacking $120 million for 7 years. Other notable all-stars on the move during the summer included Charles Barkley.
Barkley wants it back. Oakley's getting a little annoyed right now.
Ewing. Behind him. Barkley puts it up for 2. He beat Oakley and Ewing.
Whether he jumped or he was pushed, Sir Charles was very happy to leave Phoenix and team up with the senior statesmen Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler at Houston.
As of today, my whole goal and dedication goes to the Houston Rockets. Obviously, our goal is to win the World Championship. That's the only thing I haven't accomplished in my career. They were obviously the top of my list. And everybody asked me why, because they wanted me.
Barkley on the wing. Barkley to Drexler. And he missed it, and Olajuwon. Good inside position. Charles caught it, laid it up for two. Tipped outside to Davis. Barkley has a three to tie the game. Yeah! Charles Barkley ties the game!
The New York Knicks got even more physical, if that's possible, by adding the power of Larry Johnson to their lineup.
Johnson, aggressive move, banks it in on the reverse side.
How about the smile, though? You know, I think he was smiling in the middle of that move.
Anthony Mason was the other side of the swap with the Charlotte Hornets.
Here comes Mason, and Mason shakes off Outlaw.
The NBA champion Chicago Bulls moved fast and dug deep to make sure it was going to be business as usual. Top of their shopping list was Michael Jordan, who receives a cool $25 million for a single season.
Michael, look at that move. Get your highlight reels rolling. Number 23's in the house and has gone to work.
Dennis Rodman's on-call contribution was eventually rewarded with $9 million, which was just enough to cajole him out of retirement, so no pipe and slippers yet for Dennis. Many considered the bargain of the off-season, though, to be the re-signing of Bulls coaching guru Phil Jackson for $2.5 million. The Bulls also picked up the oldest player in the league, 42-year-old Robert Parrish. Indeed, he is the chief. While at the other end of the scale...
And now into Dudley. Dudley's hook shot doesn't go. O'Neal, the rebound. He did it!
17-year-old Jermaine O'Neal got a note from his mum allowing him to join the Portland Trail Blazers.
Peplowski, his shot blocked by O'Neal.
Positively ancient at 5 weeks older is the much-hyped Kobe Bryant, who was a kindergarten cop for the LA Lakers.
There's a steal. There we go. Here comes Kobe. Slam dunk. He made the steal and the slam. There's the dribble drive. Nice move. Wow, did you see the move by the kid? That's Kobe.
With the first pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Allen Iverson from Georgetown University.
While the question is, will Allen the Answer Iverson combine with fellow Philadelphia young gun Jerry Stackhouse to improve the long-time struggling Sixers?
7 in the game.
So with all that moving and shaking going on backstage, the curtain could now be raised on the NBA's 50th season. Cue David.
Hey man, Houston traded a ton of players to get Charles Barkley, and everybody laughed. But when the season started, it was the Chucksters doing all the chuckling as the Rockets won 16 out of their first 17 games.
Barkley back out to Drexler for a three. Got it! Clyde Drexler gives Houston the lead.
Look at Drexler bringing up the floor. Barkley drills the Rock.
Phoenix were horrible without Barkley and threw the towel in early doors.
Ori is right in Ainge's face down there. Oh! Ori just threw a towel in Ainge's face.
Troubled times. Meanwhile, it looked like Shaq had taken the magic from Orlando as he left, and when Penny Hardaway was injured, losing became a brand new habit.
And Ronnie Cycli could not hit, got his own miss. Pump fakes, missed the dunk. Oh, man.
The San Antonio Spurs collapsed, and Bob Hill was the first coach to be sacked. Hey, man, are you depressed yet? Don't worry. There are a few surprises this season.
Here comes Grant up the right side. Crosses over to the rim for the jam. Oh, the quick stuff.
Detroit's Pistons are pumping it up as Grant Hill just gets better and better, and he takes the rest of the team with him.
Hill against Davis, his nemesis tonight. Free to shoot. Here he goes. Slam for two. Wow.
Comes Mills out in front. He's the guy they want to have it. They don't get it to him. They get it to Hill. Hill fires it. Kind of a goal. It goes! A bank shot yet.
Mount Mutombo is shutting the door to all comers who travel to unfashionable Atlanta.
Jordan going in. And Mutombo blocks it. The house of Mutombo is not even open for MJ. Squeezes the pass to Wallace across the way.
The Jimbe said, no, not in my house.
10 wins in a row. Respect, dude.
He throws it up and count it. And a foul on the goal.
On the drive.
Pat Riley's rough and tough methods are making waves in Miami.
Alonzo Mourning.
They now look like serious contenders in the East.
Hardaway has to hurry.
Yes! Yes, sir. Tim Hardaway at the buzzer.
Hey, you know what? They're calling Riley's Miami crew Knicks South. But hey, man, up the coast in New York with the real Knicks, Death Van Gundy has picked up right where Riley left off before he split for Florida.
Ewing the pump. Ewing rocks the rim.
7 new faces, the same old Knicks.
Swipe.
Starks runs the floor well, gives to Johnson for the slam.
Ward slashing to the hole. Good defense, but then he gets it out to Ewing. Help defense, and Ward found the open man.
They won a bruising contest against rivals Miami.
Oh, nice backdoor. Allen Houston with the slam and the foul.
In the Wild West, the only difference in Utah is their uniforms. Stockton and Malone are as reliable as Marks and Spencer, and just as difficult to beat.
That was a powerful team. Yep. Stockton from Malone. How many times have they done that act before? Stockton. What a pass to
The other side of the Rockies, and the LA Lakers are looking for a return on their huge Shaq Fu investment.
Van Exel.
Reverse dunk. Wow. What a play by LA.
A fistful of rings for a dumpster of dollars. Nothing less will do.
Goes to Kersey. Lobs underneath. Slam dunk. One hand, right hand. One of the highlight plays of the season. Eddie Jones.
In the West, it's still the Sonics, baby. Seattle finally got that monkey off their back. They avoided another early exit from the playoffs and rock and rolled into the NBA Finals. Kemp and Payton led a familiar cast for a possible sequel.
Grabbed by Payton. Now Hawkins. Kemp spinning on Houston. Unbelievable. Payton hesitates, spins, in comes Lefty. Shoots, scores! Gary Payton with a sensational play. Here it is for Kemp.
But the Lakers looked like they were ready to mount a serious challenge to the Sonics.
Knight backs it off the floor. Grabbed by Van Exel. Ahead to Horry into the lane. He will jam it down. Slapped away by Payton. Shaq trailing. Picks it up to Kersey. Back to Shaq. Whirls. Jams. And the Lakers running away with it. Thank you very much, Dave. I think that just about covers it, doesn't it?
Hey, we hit the Knicks. That's all I care about.
Exactly. No teams left out there.
Nope,
Perfect.
nobody, man.
Job done. Yeah.
Hell no. Only one team matters this year. The Killers from the Krillers, the Chicago Bulls. Like deja vu all over again. A rerun. The Bulls only make news when they lose. They're going to put heads to bed this year and win it all once again. Why? Look at it this way. How can you lose when you got God, the Son of God, and the devil all on one squad? Midway through the season and they're already 36-5. Halfway to the record-breaking season.
And Scottie Pippen with the two-hand drop has 8. There, Mike, look at this. Oh, man! Michael with a hang-time move. MJ baseline with the slam. Inside Tyrone Hill, blocked by Bushy. Out to Randy Brown. Behind the back. Oh, what a nice play by Randy Brown. Michael around 3 Knicks. Hang into Tony for the slam. Jordan in the hole. Michael Jordan with a flying flush.
But there's one black cloud on the horizon, Dennis Rodman. He ripped the referees in Toronto and picked up a 2-game suspension. And in Minnesota, he got ill, put his foot in it.
Oh my goodness, Rodman just kicked the photographer.
That kick cost him $25,000 in fines and alleged $200,000 out of court settlement and about $1 million in lost salary. There was a minimum ban of 11 games and a meeting with a designated NBA counselor.
And there goes the cameraman being carried off the floor. Dennis, do you smell lawsuit?
Big time.
Jordan's response, man, he put the heads to bed. Got up 51 against the Knicks. The question is, how long can he carry this team?
Fakes a couple times, fades, fires, you bet. He looks right at Spike and just kind of smiles and nods his head. MJ. Long jumper. 51, and he goes, yes! MJ just delivered the knockout blow to the Knicks.
Well, Dave, I think we know where Scoop stands on this subject. What about yourself?
Hey, I like my hometown New York Knicks, man. They spent a lot of money. Allen Houston, Larry Johnson, Chris Giles, they all look nice. Miami, they're going to have to look in the rearview mirror and check out the Knicks, but I like them too. Indiana Pacers, they might make it, man. You never know.
No.
What about in the West, though?
No, the West you got to look out for. I mean, they got a lot of stuff going on in the West. One, you got LA, who's young, hungry. They got Shaq in the middle. You know, you definitely got Seattle going on because they kind of trying to repeat from last year. And, of course, Houston. They got three big people. Green wants to get back. Barkley's hungry. That's who I think is going to challenge the Bulls. They're going to get through the West, and it's going to be Houston and the Bulls for their ring.
You say the Bulls. You say the Bulls?
I got to go with the Bulls.
It
I
is
give
the
it the
Bulls,
scoop,
isn't
man.
it? Listen, I'll tell you, there's a couple of other things that are for certain as well. First of all, I'm about to be the envy of millions back home because I lied. I do have a Buzz Lightyear. And I'll tell you another thing as well, for certain. Somebody out there is going to win our competition. Ooh. If you want to see the best close-up, then our NBA competition is for you. Our grand prize is a trip for two to the 1998 NBA All-Star Game in New York City. Win our competition playoff, and you'll watch the best players from the NBA right there and in person at Madison Square Garden. Also at the end of the season, two runners-up can win 2 places each on the Nike European Basketball Camp this summer. Polish those mad skills for a whole week at one of 4 UK venues. To qualify for the playoffs, you must win one of our weekly rounds. If you do, we'll give you a Sony PlayStation with all of the best players at your fingertips. Our second prize each week is a special pack of NBA gear, including a replica vest, an action-packed video, and an NBA team cap. And finally, there's 10 runners-up prizes, a year subscription to the official Channel 4 NBA magazine. That is XXL. Now, quite simply, what happens next? First up from the NBA archive, the doctor is calling for Philadelphia against the LA Lakers, Game 4 of the 1980 Finals. Does Julius Erving A, shoot the jump shot, B, no-look pass out for 3, or C, drive around the outside for the layup? 0891 24/7 24/7 is the number to call, but remember to ask permission first if it's not your phone. And good luck to you.
Space Jam, Barrett Refreshers and Frosties. Get ready to win.
In 3D land?
All your favorite Looney Tunes characters. Win them instantly with Refreshers and Frosties.
Everybody get up, it's time to slam.
They're coming to a sweet shop near you. Get ready to win.
Have you seen my razor?
I think it's on the cabinet.
Okay. Whose is that?
Nothing to do with me.
What do you think you're playing at?
It's not mine. Don't look at
I
me.
thought we told you to be careful.
John, I think we're the ones who should have been careful.
There may be trouble ahead, but while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, let's face the music and dance.
If your family suddenly grows, so too will your responsibilities. That's why Allied Dunbar financial plans adapt, so you can face the unexpected.
Let's face the music and dance.
Allied Dunbar, for the life you don't yet know.
Last Saturday was the worst day of my life. Okay, so I won over £1 million in the pools. And I suppose for some people it would have been a cause for celebration, or something like that. But I'll tell you what, the sloppy defending that led to the equaliser completely took the shine off it for me. No one tracked back, men were left unmarked, shot.
Littlewoods Pools, get a result.
Seattle, Washington. Last June, the Supersonics took 2 games from the Chicago Bulls in the NBA Finals. Now, they didn't win it, but they set this town off, man. Gave them something to believe in, to hope for this year. Right over there, that's one of the wildest arenas in the NBA. It's crazy. The fans lose it. It's like they're watching soccer. If you're an opposing basketball team, it's a tough place to win a basketball game. Coming into this game, the Seattle Supersonics have won 11 out of their last 13 games. They're only 1 game behind the La La Lakers in the Pacific Division. Now, every time it looks like they're cruising, they run into a roadblock with one of the elite teams in the NBA. They've lost to Utah twice.
Bruce down the right side, hard tack, left wing, shovels outside to Snow over to Elo. To the 3, it's going to be wide left and an air ball.
Houston twice.
Barkley behind him, draws a double team. Passing out to Hersey Hawkins on the drive, back into the corner. Payton with a 3 and an air ball by Payton. Drexler is off. Clyde with a slam.
And the Lakers twice.
Lakers lead by 8, wing right, Hawkins jab step, recoils, double teamed, out to Sam, open 3, no, give it to Stu, in low, he'll challenge 2 defenders, drive in, trips again on the ball. Grabbed by Knight, out to Ori, lead pass, Hersey for the jam.
They really need a big victory here in order to get their confidence going. Now, the Chicago Bulls have won 15 of their last 16 games, but this is their 3rd game in 4 days, and that's a tough schedule on any team, especially when you have to do it on the road.
Jordan pops out the catch. Out top Kerr. 98-87 Chicago. Pippen. Jordan makes the move on Mitch. Holds, leans, gives to Longley. Return pass to Jordan. Right-hand jam. Nice give and go.
Jordan, take it away. Jordan. Oh, he did give it to him ultimately.
Now, this is the Bulls' first time back in Seattle since the NBA Finals last year. But they'll be without Dennis Rodman this time because he's on a little suspension for kicking a photographer in the, you know what I'm saying. But, as usual, they rely on number 23, Michael Jordan, to set the pace for the game. His matchup with Gary Payton of Seattle Supersonics is going to be the key factor in how this game turns out. place is amped. This is the place to be. This is the spot right here. There hadn't too much chance for either one of the lineups. The Bulls got everything in time for Tony Kukoc to take Dennis Rodman's place in the starting lineup. For Seattle, it's a different look in the center. Jim McIlvaine is taking the place of Irvin Johnson. Now, one thing we want to watch is Tony Kukoc against Detlef Schrempf. Both are European ball players playing in the NBA. They know each other very well, and they both could be factors into how the outcome of the game is going to be. Now, you know I love the Bulls, but I think I'm going to have to roll with Seattle on this one.
Jim McIlvaine did a good job last week against Shaquille O'Neal. He and Terry Cummings combining, although the Lakers won the ball game. Here's Pippen off a set play, taking the beautiful lead from Kukoc.
Oh, and as a coach, you must hate that play more than anything else in the world on the opening tip. You don't mind if they come down and score in the half court, but don't give an easy lay-in on the opening tip.
Ron Harper, good defensive player, opening up against Gary Payton. Here's Sean Kemp. The tip missed by McIlvaine.
And there you saw the matchup, Luke Longley on Kemp, the bigger man. That's the way they started the finals last year.
And Kukoc not able to hit. Comes Hawkins. Schrempf, played by Jordan.
And Seattle wants to get as many of those as they can. They're hard to do against Chicago because the Bulls rarely make mistakes. And Phil Jackson wants to talk about it right off the bat.
Payton banking Harper. Schrempf's pass deflected, handled by Hawkins. And here's Hawkins. Sonics with a 7-5 lead. For Hersey Hawkins hitting on his first shot attempt. His scoring has been down. He's averaging 12 per game. Harper with the open three. Kemp with the rebound. He had Hawkins breaking. Wisely held back because the Bulls did recover. Now Payton using the pick from Schrempf. Yes. Gary Payton hitting from the right corner for a 3, hitting from the left corner for a 2, and the Sonics lead 9-5.
You can sense the urgency in the game of the Sonics, pushing the ball up the floor at every opportunity, putting pressure on the Bulls defense.
Here's Kukoc. Yes, Tony Kukoc with his first field goal. The Kukoc a 3, and the Sonic lead is now 1. Back in. 5 minutes gone by in the first. Payton feeling for Harper and able to spin for the open shot. Looked like he didn't want to take the shot.
Well, Harper's doing a good job of forcing Payton down to the baseline, and Payton keeps looking at the defender while he's either trying to shoot or pass.
Oh, beautiful play. Jordan's pass for Longley, and then Luke was able to get it back. The pass deflected away from Longley, and the Bulls take a 1-point lead. Schrempf looking inside. Kemp again double-teamed, threw it away. Harper leads a 3-on-2. Harper pitches out to Jordan. Yes, Michael Jordan with his first field goal. The Bulls with a 12-9 advantage.
Well, that was set up on the turnover. The Bulls are a good defensive team. They do not like the double team, but they can afford to use Kukoc as a double teamer because McIlvaine just does not look to crash to the basket or get open for shots.
Sam Perkins getting set to check in for the Sonics, and a holding foul called on Harper.
So George Karl would usually like to wait a little bit longer to bring Sam Perkins into the game, but with Kukoc guarding McIlvaine and not really guarding him, looking to help out on people, in particular Sean Kemp, at least with Sam Perkins in there, you have to honor his perimeter shot.
And here's Jordan. Well, that is his second field goal. Michael doing it with the jump shot. We talked about that yesterday with George Karl. Ahmad touched on that earlier. Although that was not necessarily a negative statement. Foul on Luke Longley using the knee. Jordan is amazing in that here's a guy who's going to be, what, 34 on February the 17th, and his game is still evolving. Is that possible?
No question, and he keeps working on his body physically. Detlef Schrempf finds one from the outside. But, you know, it's a compliment to Michael that he is reading the way teams are playing and taking what is there, and he'll go look for contact when he has to. When his outside shot is off, or if it's a close game, he knows how to get fired.
What a move
took it right at Gary Payton, able to spin baseline, and the Bulls now lead 16-11. Payton going behind the back, try to feed the Shrimp, and the reach-in is called on Hoffer. That's the second foul committed by Ron Hoffer. Bailey Brown, who's played well, has checked in for the first time. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the first. Kukoc slapping it away from Perkins. Bulls with a host of deflections in this first quarter. The alley-oop slightly off. Good idea, was not executed. Shrimp and feeling the pressure from Pippen, not able to hit. He thought he was fouled. And you can hear the reaction from the Seattle crowd. Jordan putting moves on Kemp and hits. Michael Jordan picked up on the switch by Sean Kemp and is extended to an 18-11 Bulls lead. 8 consecutive points by Jordan. And here's Schmidt. Three-point attempt.
And the Sonics have hit a valley with their half-court offense, a problem for them all season long, even last year when they went to the finals. Sometimes their execution is just very, very careless, and sometimes their ball handling, as the Bulls have knocked a lot of balls loose.
Crowd wanted to travel on Kukoc. 13-2 run by the Bulls. Nice pass from Kukoc to Brown. And the Bulls out executing the Sonics. Lead at 20-11. 2.5 remaining in the first. Hawkins fouled by Longley. Greg Elo has come on for the first time. Elo getting some playing time as of late. Was a forgotten man for a while. Sonics holding for a final shot. Gary Payton working it down. 5 seconds remaining as Payton is able to hit. Bulls now lead 24-15. 4 3/10 seconds to go in the first quarter. All right, here's Jordan. Across the midcourt line. Double team by Payton and Kemp. Goes to the crossover. Extend in midair and got off a pretty good shot despite the pressure. Now Shrimp working on Kukoc. And Hawkins resets. Simpkins guarding Kemp. Now they double. Kukoc over. And another bad pass. Another turnover by Kemp. Whoa, that was close to a backcourt. Kerr for 3. Yes. From way downtown, Steve Kerr with his first field goal.
George Karl exasperated right now. Another double team on Kemp, throwing it into the teeth of Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. That is death.
Coming up short and rebounds. Perkins from 3. Among the leaders in three-point shooting, getting on his first field goal attempt. The Bulls by 11. Jordan going backdoor to take the lead pass from Pippen.
Oh, this is what the Bulls were prepared for with all the fronting of the post by Gary Payton. If they could swing the ball up top and then lob it up to the basket, they would get good shot opportunities. And even though that wasn't a good pass, Michael Jordan made him.
Well, Kerr tried to draw the foul. The official did not go for it. Leads to the uncontested drive by Payton. Bulls 48, Sonics 37. Jordan has half of Chicago's points. 24-point first half for Jordan. And a timeout called by Phil Johnson. It appeared that he did not want the timeout.
Hoopology. Of course you fell asleep in? Nah. A long list of meaningless dates to be memorized? I don't think so. This wild journey will send you tripping, so you better buckle up, baby. Now add a chain reaction that you won't see in any chemistry class, and you've got the DNA of the NBA over the last 50 years. Way back when horses were ridden and not what was under the hood of your car, a Canadian cat named James Naismith got busy. He popped a peach basket at opposite ends of a gym at a YMCA. The game was simple. Throw the ball in the basket, get a ladder, take it out, and do it again. After a few upgrades, namely using a net, the game blew up in dance halls and gyms across the country. It was the early 20s. But then it hit the streets, and black athletes shook it up with some freestyle and flavor. Check out the New York Renaissance 5 and the early Harlem Globetrotters. The Wrens and Globetrotters were professional black teams. They took their ballin' very seriously, but it was 4 years into the life of the NBA before Nat Sweetwater Clifton became the first black athlete. A little ironic, don't you think? You want to talk ironic, this great American game debuted in Canada. In 1946, the NBA opened its doors to the New York Knicks against the Toronto Huskies, and the league was born. That was the first basket in the NBA. But man, you want to talk about northern exposure? I guess there was a moose in the hoose.
It is said he is to computer software what Thomas Edison is to the light bulb. The software Bill Gates developed runs 2/3 of the computers in the world. And on the day he turned 41, his company, Microsoft, was the 6th largest company in the U.S. Where in today's world do you learn about companies capable of such astonishing growth? Actually, there's a list of them on the World Wide Web. NASDAQ, the stock market for the next 100 years.
This overnight service from the UK really knocks me out.
Millie, the stripes, the stripes.
Clients just change their mind.
It's purple.
Overnight.
I got travel insurance from the post office back home. I got it while I was picking up my traveler's checks, so I'm fully covered.
I grow pineapples. I turn them into chunks. I sell them all over Europe. As for my invoices, I get the Royal Mail to send them from London to all my customers in one big chunk.
The post office, winning people over all over the world.
So, come on! Okay, let's hit it! Where we go, Daddy-O!
With National Lottery Instants, you could win £1,000. Or £5,000. Or maybe just £100. Forget it all for an instant. Peugeot, the drive of your life.
It is said he is to computer software what Thomas Edison is to the light bulb. The software Bill Gates developed runs 2/3 of the computers in the world. And on the day he turned 41, his company, Microsoft, was the 6th largest company in the U.S. Where in today's world do you learn about companies capable of such astonishing growth? Actually, there's a list of them on the World Wide Web. NASDAQ, the stock market for the next 100 years.
show, the halftime show, got a big applause out the audience than the Supersonics did in the first half. Now, George's having a big half, 26 points. He's on pace to score 50 for the game. What the Bulls did defensively is they took Scottie Pippen and put him on deadlift strength and kind of cut him down. That could be a big factor in what's going on. Now, what Seattle needs to do is they need to play better basketball. They need to come out hungry, show that they want to win this game. Deadlift, Sean Kemp, they need to come out and score a little bit more in order for Seattle to pull this out. Now, I said in the beginning I thought Seattle might pull this off, but the way it looks like, I don't know.
Hawkins and Payton in the backcourt. McIlvaine, Schrempf, and Kemp up front. And here's Payton moving on Jordan. Payton spinning and lost it. Hawkins able to recover. Payton for three. Yes! And Gary Payton heating up here in the third quarter. He has 17 points in all. 8 have come in a hurry here in the third. And the Chicago lead is only 7. Foul call. Basket won't count. A push charge to Kemp. That is his third personal.
Gary Payton only shoots 32% from downtown, but always ready to take that shot. He knows he needs to make some perimeter shots to set up his ability to drive to the basket.
Coach. And Schrempf able to hustle it down. The Bulls 56. The Sonics 49. Payton with 8 of Seattle's 10 points here in the third. Now Payton guarded by Harper. Schrempf wide open. Hawkins on the back tap for Payton. And Payton shoots another 3 for Payton. That's his 4th downtown. The Sonics are within 4. Kukoc. Tony Kukoc with 8 points. The Bulls lead 58-52.
Last year in the finals, I always felt the Bulls' #1 priority was to take away the three-point opportunities for Seattle. One of the reasons why they wanted to play single coverage on Kemp inside so they wouldn't have to double team and leave those open shots.
Payton again. He has lit it up for 13 of Seattle's 15 points in the third. Chicago's lead is down to 4. Longley, Luke Longley extends to a 6-point advantage. Jordan has attempted only 1 shot in this third quarter, following the 26-point first half. Kukoc lost it. And Payton pushes it down. Chicago's lead is down to 4. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the third. Pippen is blocked by Payton. Pippen by McIlvaine.
First Payton on a terrific challenge, and then McIlvaine again.
Here's Hawkins, rejected by Wennington. Hawkins on the recovery. Wild shot thrown up.
In traffic, 5 Bulls back on defense. Just Schrempf and Hawkins getting caught up in the moment, trying to do too much.
Marv Albert with Matt Guokas and Ahmad Rashad from Key Arena in Seattle. First meeting of the season between the Bulls and the Sonics. Hawkins in the open floor. Hawkins all the way and then throws back to Schrempf. Schrempf for 3. Kemp with the rebound. Kemp on the ball. It's a 2-point game. Phil Jackson wants to talk it over. And the Seattle Sonics with some technical difficulties in the first half have turned things around here in the second. Michael Jordan with his first field goal of the third quarter. Only his second shot attempt. He now has 28. And the Bulls lead 62-58. 3.5 to go in the third. Payton alley-oops. Got a look from Sean Kemp, who did not expect it, and the pass was off the mark. Here is Jordan. Yes.
You know, Marv, it was almost like Phil Jackson at halftime and said, yeah, Michael had a great first half, but we can't stand around and watch him score half our points. And for 8 minutes of the third quarter, trying to get other people involved, didn't really go very well. So now Michael is starting to pick it up again.
Bulls by 6. Randy Brown is back on the floor, along with Jason Caffey. Cookos coming up short. 20 seconds to go in the third. Jordan off the dribble. Yes. Well, Michael Jordan heating it up once again, as you mentioned, after the Bulls try to get other people involved, and the Bulls now lead 66 to 58. 32 points for Jordan. He scored Chicago's last 6. Cummings posting up.
After that jumper, Michael strutting backwards right in the face of George Karl. Didn't really look over, just a little strut.
Now Jordan putting behind the back and lost possession, able to recover and find Kemp.
Jumped in the air, faked the pass, able to hang long enough to find Jason Caffey for the layup.
So the Bulls have a 10-point lead. Sonics had cut it to 2. Hawkins for 3. Yes. Oh, Schrempf just got picked off. A hard screen by Caffey. Jordan wide open. Yes. 36 for Jordan. His season high, 51. That a season high in the NBA. Jordan also had a 50-point game at Miami. Sean Kemp with only his 3rd field goal brings the Sonics with an 8.
That's the type of play that Sean Kemp and Gary Payton normally hook up on, but a beautiful pass that time by Snow.
Michael Jordan heating it up, and then a look, a glance over at George Karl on the Sonics bench. 10-point Chicago lead. 38 for Jordan. Elo. Jordan did not go for the fake, but a foul call.
When Nate McMillan is playing. Beautiful pass once again by Eric Snow. Doing a nice job at the point right now while Payton is off the ball.
Here's Kerr for 3. Well, Steve Kerr with his 2nd from downtown. Steve Kerr, one of the outstanding 3-point shooters of all time. Over his career at 48%, which is #1 in NBA history. The Bulls by 13. 6:40 to go in the 4th quarter. That was a 3-point attempt. Kerr to the rebound.
And he can rebound in traffic with the big guys.
Kukoc. And Jordan able to snatch it. Now Jordan, played by Payton, posting up. Jordan with 42 points. And George Karl calls for time. Not a happy afternoon for George Karl. Again, disappointment. His Sonic has a steal by Kerr. Sonics just did not respond to the challenge, particularly in the first half, although they had been in it. By Payton. They came back in the 3rd, came within 2. Jordan, yes. 45 for Jordan. Shot clock down to 6. Now Jordan takes it. and fires it out to Kerr. Three-pointer, only on the uncontested tip ball. Payton for Schrempf. Firing one up. He passed on the three, went to the drive, thought he had drawn the foul, and that will wrap it.
Totally out of control.
Coming up on 20 seconds remaining. Longley deciding not to shoot, even though he was wide open. Now Kerr with the shot clock running down extends to a 91-82 lead. And we're down to 10 seconds. There's Payton. And Kemp for three. Well, the scoring here today, disappointing games for the Seattle front line. Shawn Kemp, Detlef Schrempf. Gary Payton had that good run in the third quarter. The three-point shooting was very poor, 6 of 21 for Seattle. And the Bulls have defeated the Sonics in their first regular season meeting.
Yo, this was a party up in here until Jordan decided to show up. You know, Jordan can do that to you. Drop a quad nickel on you, and it's all over. Seattle has to play a lot better ball if they want to get back to the finals. But if this is any indication of what's going to happen in the NBA Finals, everybody else better be scared.
They're trying to build upon what happened last year, and the expectations are higher because of what happened last year. And within a young team, you got to be willing to accept the challenges and go out every night and face it and improve on it. And I think the expectations are high for this team here in this city, and that's one of the things that helps their growth and maturity. Is dealing with those situations. We've gone through it, and I think we're on the other side of it right now.
This ain't no emergency. We still winning ball games. We're not worried about this. I mean, this is just a loss, and it's a loss. We can't come back and reminisce off of it. We got to come back and worry about Utah on Wednesday, and we'll be fine.
They're not playing with the same type of intensity as they played in the playoff, but they're still a good basketball team. They have a lot of different weapons, and you have to come out and play a good, smart, strong game, because once the pressure builds, it makes a difference in how well their team can respond.
I think every once in a while, you can lose a game and say, hey, it was a good basketball game. They just beat us, and I think this is one of them games where, defensively, our defense was okay. We competed well today. Michael had a great performance, and he beat us.
We've all seen, how well Michael can take over a ball game, and today was an example of it.
It's a little bit deflated around here now. The Sonics kind of left their fans flat. Sometimes a losing team can benefit from a game like this. It gives them a chance to learn something. Hopefully the Seattle Supersonics will learn something from this loss. If not, all over.
So we're into our second season of the NBA here on Channel 4. And to find out what impact the game has had over here, let's ask a man who knows, Jamie Edwards. Tell us about the NBA in the UK.
Well, it's given the game great impact here with the kids. At one time, the NBA was really fashionable, to wear the Michael Jordan shirt and the Patrick Ewing shirt. But now it's not only fashionable, but the kids want to play it as well.
How did you yourself get involved?
Well, I got involved through school, and then I progressed to a club, and then I went to high school in San Francisco for a couple of years. Came back and then worked my way up to being a full international.
Right, now, if anyone wants to learn how to play the NBA way, what's the best way they can do it over here?
Well, first of all, they've got to find themselves a ball and a hoop somewhere and just go and practice anywhere. And then if you can get into a club and if you want to learn the skills, you've got to find that out through clinics and camps.
The way to do it. Okay, let's take your expert opinion. How is this season going to go? Are the Bulls going to do it again?
I think with Michael back and very mature this year and Scotty back, I've got to go with the Bulls, even though I'm a Detroit fan. Basketball, it's more than just a game. It's a way of life. And life is about dreams and goals. Hoop dreams. Check out the grace of Michael Jordan, the power of Shaquille O'Neal, the determination of Dennis Rodman, and don't forget Gary Payton, the glove. Determined, passionate, perfectionist. They all have an extraordinary desire to be the best. Now the question I get asked the most is, what does it take to become a good ball player? And my answer is, attitude. This is my hoop heaven, my surgery, where each week we'll take a close-up look at the anatomy of basketball. We'll look at this game from the inside. We'll dissect the best moves in the NBA. We'll show you the top skills that the players practice, practice, and practice to make their hoop dreams come true. And if you want to play and learn some too hard to guard skills, we'll show you how and what to practice. With plenty of NBA attitude. It's b-ball, baby, just as it is.
So basketball returns to Channel 4 with a bang tomorrow night because we are live from Cleveland for All-Star. Scoot, tell us all about this. What is the whole idea about All-Star?
The whole thing is that, you know, the fans around the country vote for their favorite players, you know, and the top 5 on each, you know, conference, the West and the East, gets to start and play in the All-Star game. And the coaches of the All-Star game pick who they feel are the other best players in the league. And they just have like a basketball gumbo, man. Everybody just comes together, you know, and just hoops. It's usually lovely, you know. Point guard starts it off, you know, and he sets the tone for the game. But it's freestyle basketball. That's what basketball's all about. Entertainment. No business, no nothing. Everybody has fun.
Yeah, tell me about that. I mean, you know, is it a serious competitive game, Dave? I mean, how does it work?
Yeah, well, the first 3 quarters, it's all about showmanship, you know, behind the back passes, show your great moves. In the 4th quarter, you know, they show their competitive edge, you know, they want to win. So you start seeing some defense with about 4 minutes to go in the game.
And they get serious from that point forward. Who should we look out for in there? What players?
Oh, man, well, you know, of course, you got to look for your Jordan, your Grant Hills, your Penny Hardaways, you know, and all that. That's going to be good, you know, your Shaq on the West Coast. But other players is going to, like, you know, that you might not heard of, but like Eddie Jones from the Lakers. This is his first All-Star game. He's probably going to get busy. Latrell Sprewell, he made it a couple of years ago. That fell off. Now he's back. He's probably going to get busy. Timmy Hardaway, you know, from Miami Heat. He, same situation, was there a couple of years ago, fell off, and now he's back. So certain players like that, they're probably going to like try to show and prove that they belong, and they want to, you know, do their thing.
It'll get competitive. I mean, where do you see the edge coming in there, Dave?
I like Jordan and Peyton, you know, rematch of the finals last year. Peyton the glove, man, putting that defensive glove on him. Jordan's going to score 40, I think, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think so, man.
But there's a prediction. I mean, which way do you see it going? Who's going to win it?
I don't know. I'm going with the East to win it, but I'm going to say Eddie Jones may sneak up and, you know, get the MVP. That's my dark horse.
That's interesting. You think the East as well?
I think the East might win there, but, you know, I think the West could with Shaq, because he's going to be real mad. He didn't win the MVP last year. Jordan won it. This year, it's Shaq's year.
So it's fun time tomorrow night live on Channel 4 with the All-Star game, and then we're into the regular season. We have Raw for you on Monday nights, and then we'll be back here for 24/7 on Saturday morning. See you sometime.
And don't forget, if you missed any of today's show, there's another chance to catch it tomorrow morning at 6:20.